Been an enormous hit today. In addition to our today's special, the Wagyu beef burgers, we have been literally just kind of showing this to you during the airings, and everyone's like, wait, what is that? Without even airing this yet. 700, you picked it up in this show. 700 without any airtime, 700 in this hour, but I think thousands spoken for since midnight when they launched it. So it's a 2.6 quart insulated food storage container. It keeps cold foods cold, and it keeps warm foods warm or hot foods hot. We have black, we have it for you in the turquoise, or we have it in the red. And look at this. We've got a nice cold fruit salad. Bring that to the park, bring that to the beach, and not worry about things getting all soggy. And once fruit gets warm, ugh, it's just no fun. In here, some fried chicken. If you're ready to go to the picnic and you want to bring fried chicken that's hot when you get there, this will keep cold foods cold and hot foods hot. And Chef, this is an absolute hit today, and it's also only $24.95. That's crazy.
It's so crazy. Now, I'm going to start with something cold. By the way, this was all put in here at the start of our show almost to an hour and 45 minutes ago. So we did some coleslaw, right? And of course, when you have coleslaw, you want it to be crunchy and delicious. You don't want to go to a picnic or a park and then get to the coleslaw and it's all soggy and kind of gone warm. So you want your cold food to be cold. But guess what? You also want your hot food to be hot. So check this out. Pulled pork an hour and 45 minutes ago. Oh, yeah. See that steam? See that delicious flavour? Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you that imagine pulling this out at a picnic, pulling this out at the park, maybe even at the beach. You're going to go ahead, line those pulled pork sandwiches. Maybe you like taking hot food around to the kids. My mum always does that when we're back in Australia. She always shows up with some hot food.
Aww.
Well, she doesn't always have it hot, but she has to reheat it. This way you can actually arrive with it hot so that the kids or the grandkids can just go right ahead and dive right on in. So that's the pulled pork. If I move on down the line, come on over here, Dave. I know you can't get your eyes off that pulled pork, big fella. I don't blame you. Check this out. I mean, look at this beautiful corn. An hour and 45 minutes ago, you guys, and look at it, still steamy and hot.
Steaming.
And look at the capacity, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ears of corn. So, you know, you can really fit in a wonderful, wonderful volume. Now, how does this work? We insulate it, right? So let me show you. I've got those gorgeous ribs. By the way, I did these ribs in the last airing. That was about 3 hours ago. It's still steamy and hot. So in the same way a thermos works, you have that stainless steel insulation, right? So that double wall will actually give you that, keep the cold cold and keep the hot hot. Look at all these ribs that we've gone ahead and done, right? Absolutely gorgeous. And to be able to pull them out hot and steamy hours after you put them in, I'm going to pour that little bit of sauce or jus over the top as well. So we've got hot ribs, we've got gorgeous hot corn. I tell you what, maybe you know someone that's on the road. Maybe you know someone that likes taking a hot lunch to work. Well, guess what? Pack them up a stew or a curry or a bowl of soup and let them have some delicious hot food when they get to school, when they get to work. I know I love it. I tell you what, it's a great way to save money too, because, you know, going to that cafeteria, how often do you walk out of there with change from 20 bucks?
Yep.
Not very often, right?
No, you're right. Yep, and thousands have been spoken for. This is the second airing today. 33, almost 3,400. If you want, I'm told I think the the turquoise is the most, no, black is most limited. We've got this in turquoise, we've got this in red most popular. You can get as many of these as you would like. I'm shocked that these are under $25. First of all, they're a great size, and there's free shipping, and it's got that insulation on the inside. This isn't just a nice little keep something warm kind of moment. I mean, that food was still piping hot hours later.
2.6 quarts. I mean, 2.6 quarts, Kate, it's a really big, generous amount of food that you're going to be able to serve here. By the way, what do you want to serve with that? Some warm cornbread, don't you? So we've got some beautiful little cornbread muffins. I'll set a couple of those. Oh, they're still steamy and hot. That's amazing. It surprises you every time you open it because you don't think that it possibly could have kept it warm that long. And then when it does, you're a bit like, oh, my goodness, that's really, really cool.
Impressive.
It's that little gift that just keeps on surprising you.
Gotta
Cold
love
food
gifts
cold,
that.
hot food hot.
Yeah, exactly. And this is also what you said you were using out at the grill, or you could use at the grill if you wanted to put your frozen
Oh, yeah.
burgers in here, or thawed burgers to keep them ready until you're ready to throw them on the bobby. Is that what you were doing?
The Barbie, exactly. You know what, I didn't even think of that, Callie, but if you take the burgers out cold, maybe you want to pick up more than one of these, you guys, because take it out cold, it will keep it cold, right? So you don't have to worry about running into the fridge. You can leave it sitting out there for an hour, knowing that the temperature's going to be just fine. If you want to then keep it hot once they come off the grill, you want to put it in a separate one. So, you know, that's a really, really clever idea. I've done a little soup here. This had some salmon and some olives and some tomato in it that we made earlier on. That looks absolutely gorgeous. You can see the steam rising from it. And like I mentioned, it's been hours and it keeps that temperature really spot on. What about taking shrimp on your next picnic? Ice cold shrimp, you don't want those to warm up. Beautiful fruit salad, of course, that's gorgeous and ice cold as well. Here are those shrimp that I was talking about. So that's what I love. The food that you want to keep cold stays beautiful, fresh and chilled, and the food that you want to keep hot, it's a great idea for when you're out on the grill this summer, taking that hot food straight off the grill, sealing it up, no bugs get to it, it gives the meat time to rest and keeps the temperature there.
And did you guys see this locks in place? This lid locks. So if you do, have you ever taken something to work or taken it to the potluck at church and you like put it in the back seat? If it's got a lid and it sits on top, that's one thing. But it's always clanking around and usually it falls off and then inside you've got a mess in your car. So this one locks in place and I'll show you again, that's that insulation. So it keeps hot things, I mean, not just hot, piping hot and steaming for hours, but cold things equally as important, like you were suggesting with shrimp or shrimp cocktails. Put them in frozen if you wanted to, and you could have them hours and hours and hours later. Or if you're making a pasta salad, the mayo, you don't want it sitting out at a barbecue or at a picnic in the heat. So it is a safety aspect, it's the convenience of it, and it's such a good price on this at $24.95. Free shipping, you're not limited to just one per customer. This is a special moment and a brand new deal. You can get as many as you would like. You can get all three colors. Black is most limited. This is the classic turquoise, and then we have it in the red as well. So we are busy, busy, busy on the phones. If you could, use that QR code on the bottom of the screen right there. Put your phone right up to it. It'll bring you right to this insulated food storage container. And you can drop as many into the basket as you would like. FlexPay is an option. You don't have to use it. It's there for your convenience. Free shipping for everybody while they last, that is, Chef. We're closing in on 4,000 spoken for in our second show today.
That's crazy. Listen, we've only aired this twice today, okay? There's 4,000 of you that have got it. Today's special, this is a today's special price for sure in my mind. Let me show you what this does. This fruit's cold. Let me prove it to you. I'm going to go ahead and use my kinetic thermometer, okay? So let's see what temperature our fruit's at. I'll literally probe right into the center of one of them. Let's have a little look here. The temperature drops instantly. So that probe was up around 70 degrees from the temperature of the kitchen, and look at the temperature of the fruit. It's below 40 degrees. That's fridge temperature, you guys. So it's held it there for multiple hours, and that is really, really cool. Let me show you something else. If you're going to the park and you want to take something chilled like shrimp, you want to take shrimp on ice, right? Well, guess what? A couple of hours ago, went ahead and put some lemon, some shrimp, and guess what I served it on? Ice. And guess what? That ice is still there, right? So this is like a little mini cooler when you want it to be. Again, let me go ahead and probe right into one of these pieces of shrimp because I would love to show you if I probe right on into that. Let's see what temperature we're dealing with. Look at that, guys. It's down.
That's frozen.
It's going to drop down below 30 degrees.
Yep.
It really is something else. Now, if I wanted to keep something hot, let me just... Oh, thanks, Kenny. I'm going to open this one up over here. Look at these burgers. These were done hours ago, right? And look at the temperature. You can still see them steaming. Let's go ahead and check the temperature of our burgers. We're going to go from that low temperature that we were just at. Look at that. all the way up. So how this works is it is insulated. The very first time we brought it here, it sold out. We're well on our way to doing that again. We're now at 4,200 of these spoken for. Guys, I didn't bring in that many. They will sell out today. That insulation is such a wonderful thing because all summer long, everything you take off the grill, you'll just be locking it in and there it goes. It is a beautiful, beg your pardon, lock it in that way and there you go. We've only got 5 minutes to show you this and I tell you what, this isn't a small little unit. This is 2.6 quarts. It is insulated, and that's how you keep that wonderful temperature. I've got a roast chicken that I actually put in here. Oh, there's a potato salad. Here's that roast chicken. Look at it. Look how steamy and fantastic that is.
Yeah.
You can see that steam just lifting straight off that roast chicken. Again, I can stick my temperature probe in there and give you a little peek at the temperature that we were able to maintain in here. Look at that. You want it at 160 when it comes out of the oven and it's still right there. That is miraculous and I love the fact that it doesn't matter what you put in here. A stew, a curry, a soup, a roast chicken, where you can put meatballs in sauce. How about, Callie, those families like mine, when the family sits down for dinner and you're like, where's Emerson? Oh, he's at soccer practice. He'll be home in an hour. Oh, where's Hudson? Oh, he's playing guitar up the road with his buddy. He'll be home in 45 minutes. There's never a full table. So you can put the leftovers in here.
It's true.
They come home to a hot meal.
It's absolutely the truth. Think about like the graduation parties and always that's such a challenge timing things out and people are coming through and yeah, keeping things cold or cool or hot or piping hot. That's exactly what this is going to do. I love what Chef said. It's like a little mini ice chest. It's like a little mini cooler. So yes, it's the safety, it's the convenience, and it's such a great concept. Now we are, I think, over halfway through the quantities that we were able to get back in stock after it sold out in its initial debut. And at this point, if you want it, get whatever color you can get. As I mentioned, black will be going first. That's kind of shocking. We always bring in a lot in black and red, but red being the #1 fastest selling color always in kitchen, especially with Curtis Stone. It's still available, and then we have it in the classic turquoise blue. But to keep your fruit salad tasting, like I said before, there is nothing tasty about a warm fruit salad at a picnic. But a cold, fresh, crisp fruit salad is another thing. And of course, all the things that you've seen Chef putting out in his containers throughout the course of the day.